Oh, hello, good. Glad you've turned up. That's fantastic. Nice to see you. Right. This is how it should have been done. Okay, so I've changed the gaiter on the Ace Ram. Okay, that's that bit with the clips. The correct way to do it is you get your tool, which is that little tinker. And we know how that works. That goes in there. Pop the drop link out, or the anti-roll bar link as it's called. Undo that. Remove the bolt at the bottom. That one there. And then there's enough play on the pipes just to move the ram backwards so you can get to the gaiter. That's how you do that. Then you put the ram back on the bush, put the bolt through, and the job's a good one. You've got to drop down the anti-roll bar to be able to do that, because it's behind it. The bolt head is behind the chassis, so you've got to drop the anti-roll bar bush on this side and slacken the other side to give yourself some room. So this drops down, undo the nut and bolt, undo this nut, and then withdraw the arm, you can get to it. If you want to change this bush, then you've got to drop the whole lot out. Remove that first. Well, no, actually, first thing to do is to crack that bolt off. Okay, crack the bolt off, then remove the ram, drop the whole lot, disconnect here, drop the whole lot down, and then remove the long arm. That's the long arm, but you don't remove the short arm, which I did, but you're not supposed to. Okay, the whole unit, that short arm and the rest of the anti-roll bar, comes as one unit. You could probably change the whole thing without having to change the bush. Don't know, I just changed the bush. Right, that's how you change the bush and that bit, the gaiter. So it's just removing this bit. You don't take all this lot off. You've got to drop it down to get to that bolt, but you don't have to go to the charade which I've gone through for the last 16 million years by the sound of it. Right, okay then. And these drop links, it's okay. It's cutting through the end, but this end that's left, it's still got a big end on there. You've got to grind all this all the way down to get to the little bit before the nut comes out. So that's not as easy as it looks either. So that's that. Right, the idea with the bush. Right, this only occurred to me afterwards when I was watching my own film when I was doing the editing. I reckon if the bush is in place in the short arm, put that across, and then struggle to hold that in place while you're filming. That goes across there like that. Then you feed the bottom of the Ace Ram down that side first, then over there, pull that out. Job should be a good one. This has all been destroyed, but there is an extra bit that comes around here and it acts as a shield to stop muck going inside. That's the thing I drifted it into, and you've got to get it knocked out yet, because that came from work. Anyway, that's my idea on restoring the bottom of the ram to the new bush without destroying the bush, which I've done. Well, it's not destroyed. It's not how I like it. It's not done properly. Right, that's that. So I've covered that. I've covered the bush. We've covered the way of possibly redoing it. Take the whole ram off. You don't have to disconnect this unless, of course, you're having to change the ram for some other reason. We've covered changing the bush, because you've got to take the anti-roll bar out. And of course, if he's going to do that, we'll change these bushes. Right, that's another thing, these bushes. Right, I've got a big gap where you shouldn't have a big gap. And that's in both sides. That's the driver's side. Working against the sunlight there. That's the passenger side. Right, these anti-roll bar bushes. Defenders have got 2 bolts and you just pop them straight in, it's so much easier. But these Discoveries, you know what it's like, it's on a hook. You've got to slot it in, fold it round. That's why it doesn't work well by yourself with a jack, because the jack's in the wrong place and it's got to move, it's got to roll around. Best way is just to get a mate, perhaps have an anti-roll bar party. Come down to mine, let's have a cup of tea, sink a few J2Os, and we'll just have a roll bar party. Just a sociable thing, you know. You should get underneath and rather to anti-roll barring. That's the way to do that, but I've done it with the jack and not happy with it. I'm hoping get it tied up, put back together, go for a drive, greased it, it might just pop into place. That's what I'm hoping for. If not, it's all going to have to come out again. Well, the anti-roll bar bushes are going to have to come out. Right. So, it's nearly tea time actually, because I got sidetracked with kipper. Giddy kipper's overheating. Fan's not coming on. I'm blaming the coolant temperature sensor. It's not telling the fan to come on, because there's no clue at all on the gauge. Well, it's not a proper gauge. It's a segment, and it just sits at halfway. And it's fine, it's been boiled, it boils up, but it's just sits at halfway, so I don't think it's the sensor's telling the fan to come on. I've tried to check the fuses, check the relay, they're all good. So I think it's the coolant sensor itself. Come back to that, I've got to get a new one. So actually, I like it when things kind of break down in order rather than all at once. It's a bit selfish. Okay, so that's the correct way to do the Ace Ram bush Gaiter. Alright, you just disconnect the ram from the bottom, top, change the gaiter, fit it back in, job's a good one. If you have to do the bush, then you've got to drop the whole anti-roll bar out, and don't take the short arm off. Okay, right, we're going to just tighten all this little lot up. Right, and then I've got a couple of ideas for making sure that the threads on these anti-roll bar links don't rust like chuff like they have done before. So I'll come back to that in a minute. I'll put that in there. Right. Okay. I'll start by the drop link nut. These are 19, so I'm going to need a spanner. You cannot be serious. Right, where's that going there? The flats are a 17. I'll put that on there. That's a Gaiter, is that? Right, that's that. We've done the bottom one already. Yes, we have. That's a ooch ooch. Okay, so we've got grease on there. We've got grease on there. Right, okay. Just getting the bush parallel with itself. Just getting it all nice so it's not stressed. So it shouldn't shouldn't split, it should last a lot longer, but yeah, we'll see, won't we? The nut on the Ace Ram bush bolt is 21, but the head is an 18. Ace Ram bolt, that's 15. Oh yeah, another way to do it is to take this out, okay, right. You know me, I never use Permalock, but this time I've got some thread sealant. No, not sealant, thread lock. I've got some on there like that. It's very runny. All the way around. Okay, we're going for it. That's a 21 as well. Oh, flipping that. Oh, good grief. That's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. This side's done. I think I am as well. Ooh, don't like look at that. That top bush is stressed. Top rubber, I should say. That's better. Right. And the bottom one's stressed. Right, that's okay now. Okay. Now I'm fairly sure if it had juggled with the suspension, I wouldn't have had to use the strap, but I'm losing the will to live, so we're going for it. Right, now we need to tighten that bottom one. The bottom one was heavier. Okay, this has been a bit where I'm not strong enough again. Turns out we're there anyway. Right, that's tight, that's tight. Okay. That's it, just need the wheels on. Go for a spin. I think it's going to be tomorrow now because tea's ready. Tea the meal, not tea the drink. In an effort to stop rust on these threads, I thought I'd try a little idea. I have to get a new knife, this one's rubbish. Couldn't even cut myself. Rather the threads. Oh, this is washing machine water hose. It's just right, just shove it over the top there like that. It's got all the way in. Nice big blob of grease, stick it in the hole, like that. Same with the top. Cut another piece, drop it on the floor, chase it down the drive, catch it, shove it on. Rub some grease in the top. Around there, some around there. Right. That's today's home tip. I'll let you know how it works. Right, flipping heck, it's lovely and warm, it's just like Florida, it's lovely. Right, good, so now we know how to do the Ace Ram Gaiter properly. Okay, I just take it off and change it and put it back on. If you have to do the bush, you have to drop the arm, the anti-roll bar. You always drop the right hand side anyway, slacken off the left hand side, drop it down and get the bolts out for the race ram, job's a good one. If you have to change the bush, then you have to drop the whole anti-roll bar out. Take the long arm off. The long arm of the metal, not the law. I don't think there is a long arm of the law anymore. Right, now of course don't forget to take the shield off, it makes it so much easier. I've just cut a hole in it. I'll repair it, I've got an idea. Right, well we're good to go, just need the wheels on and then we can go for a spin. That's going to be tomorrow because it's tea time. My knees have gone. Poor old Kipper's pole, he's overheating. Although he doesn't know he is. And we need to see how these bushes handle. These. Right, so yeah, click in, drive it round. I've tried it with the jack, but the jack doesn't move with the roll bar. It just kind of doesn't do it properly. We'll see how it goes. It might be okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Weather permitting. We had a thunderstorm last night. Yeah, it's just a couple of flashes and a bit of thunder, a bit like the paparazzi outside your bedroom window. Anyway, that was exciting. And it rained a bit, which is very, very good for the roses. Right, stuff the roses. Let's go get some grub. Right, so I hope we're okay with this now. The proper way to do it, not this charade that I've been doing for the last 15 million years. It's certainly, well, I don't think it is actually that long, but it seems like it. Right. Oh yeah, don't forget to crimp the the Gaiter ram bush, or the ram Gaiter bush. I used pincers. Handy for taking teeth out as well. We'll probably come to that when we can't afford the dentist anymore. Right. Okay, so I've got to get that out of there. That's the old bush. Alright. We'll try and get that out of there. Okay. We'll come back to that. Now I've got the idea with the feeler gate. Got some kind of shim across the top of the bush. So, like so. Feed the thing on and then slide that out, and that should be a good one. I wish I'd thought of that before while we're halfway through instead of now when we've finished. I'm not taking it off again to try it. Right, hope everybody's well. Stay safe, stay warm. It's nice at the moment, it's great. Got a sweat on. Skin complaint, yeah, still skin. It's better, to be honest, it's quite better. But I'm not sure if the underlying cause has been addressed. Dear underlying cause, sod off. That kind of thing. But we'll see. It is a lot better, thanks. Thanks for asking, thanks for your comments, and thanks for watching. It's such a tedious... I have not to change the Ace Ram Gaiter on a Discovery 2. Why don't I just read the instructions first? What's wrong with men? Never ask directions, never read the instructions. It'd be so much easier if we did. Hello, anyway, it's tea time. Your tea's probably ready as well. Get your scent off, get the kettle on. It's been nice to see you again. I hope you're all well. It's Monday night. We've got a few days off, so it's probably just as well, isn't it? And get stuff sorted out. That's about it really. So take care, people. Don't get lost or squashed. I shall see you in a bit.